Hello. I'm a third-generation farmer. In my grandfather and grandmother's generation, they farmed organically using manures, organic forms of fertilizer, and non-chemical forms of pest control. That was just the way they did it back then. They had a trust in and a reliance on a sustainable way of farming that produced their yields. They also had their babies at home, with someone assisting who saw birth as an everyday part of life. This process was both normal and safe to them. My grandparents' life had its flow of earth, animals, babies, crops, and death, the cycle of life. My dad's brother died 3 years ago. My dad's brother, who died 3 years ago, was born in, lived for 70+ years, and died in the same house. In my father and mother's generation, things changed. Farming became chemical-based and crops were raised using pesticides, fertilizers, and herbicides that came at a high cost of fossil fuel to produce. Pests were controlled with chemicals which we now know to be harmful to wildlife and people. They had their babies in the hospital. When my mother went into labor with me, she rushed to the hospital where she received gas to knock her out. I was born 30 minutes later while she was unconscious. That was just the way they did it back then. My wife and I have chosen to return back to the old ways. I farm organically now, using old methods of weed and pest control. I have come to value and trust in the tremendous abilities of nature to provide healthy and safe food for people. We have also chosen to have our babies the old way, choosing home birth with wise and loving midwives who trust in women and their bodies to birth normally. I remember witnessing my son's birth in our dining room. He was born in water. I saw him take his first breath, life outside his mother beginning in that moment. Holding birth as a natural and sacred event is important to me. It is clear that nature provides a miracle in the human body to birth new life and provides all that we need to do it safely. Our midwives gave us support and care to birth at home in the old way. My wife is a midwife. We choose to treat birth and farming as safe and sacred events by supporting these life choices in our work and our advocacy. Please support these old ways through your stories, your choices at the grocery store, your contributions to Oregon midwifery, and by speaking with legislators today and in the future. Bring the old ways back. Thank you.